Hi, welcome to episode 2 of Built in Nigeria. Who do we have here?
My name is Shelly. I'm building Airbills, a platform you use to pay your bills, thank you for your wallet. Hey, I'm a backend developer and a lot of things.
Before crypto, before Solana, before any of this, I made some research and you were making paints before this. What was like then, and what were you building towards back then?
Okay, I was just doing that apart from paints, but when I was doing paint actually, amazing. I always spent the morning and probably the evening. I learned about programming and then I was building WordPress websites and blogs. Yeah. So before Solana, right? Because I didn't come into Solana basically as a developer. So back in 2021, right? We were kind of doing airdrops, selling on blockchain, but Solana was kind of a consistent one we were doing, right? Because it was more of a community focused blockchain before I came into starting at all.
Alright, that's good. What was the moment you found crypto? Like, something had to happen for a paint manufacturer to become a builder on Solana. When did that switch take place?
Okay, I had a friend, I think it was way back, I had a friend, right? So the first thing he bought was Ethereum. I think the Ethereum was around $300 so he bought Ethereum. So they were telling me about it, I was not interested basically, right? So as he was saying about crypto and stuff, I was like, is it what most people used to make money at? So that was my kind of argument still, because I dream more on a physical community level. So I read about it in crypto. I didn't buy it then when Ethereum was like $100 or $600. So I didn't buy any crypto. So after a while, I was kind of going into crypto at the end of the day, right? So, looking around, then I came into crypto with, I think, paint trading. I was just trading fresh more, right? So when I was with, we had a factory, right? So we had somebody from Uni to come do IT in our factory, I think. Yeah, so due to that, I met him, then he was saying something about airdrop and stuff. So I was like, let me film it in, so I want to kind of learn and stuff like that. So then he did airdrop, then I added up to a group, basically to a group. So then we started farming, dropping up base. Like, I think we made a good amount of money around airdrops. So that's kind of my entry into airdrops. I was kind of doing trading, and I found someone that was kind of doing airdrops, right? So they did so many airdrops. Then they got one salmon like that. End up, I think the airdrop would later hit around 100K. Then I didn't get what the person got. Even though it's also a super team, but yeah.
I think this is why I wanted to hear from the founder's view, because when people hear about founders, they all think that you have to start with a good foundation. You have to know everything before you get started. So yours is truly inspiring, which means people can do great things from even, simple places. And most people who switch career run towards something flashy, like they want something that seems like they are solving one of the world's biggest problem and all of that. But you run towards paying the electricity bills, one of the most rampant problems in Africa and beyond, even in Nigeria. So why this day-to-day thing? Why the most ordinary, unglamorous, everyday thing? Why did you run towards that?
Okay, to say that, I'll just go back to how AirbillsPay. We didn't call AirbillsPay how we started, because we started like a Web2 platform, right? So when I was a Web2 platform, our view actually was a banking system, right? So due to when we do some research about banking system, at least it takes a lot to kind of start a bank, right? So we decided to start with the minimum property of bank paying bills. Okay, so that's why we kind of did. Let's do an airtime platform and stuff, right? So that's where we kind of say, let's start from there. So we built the platform on the Web2, right? But we didn't get the traction with it. So due to that, we came into the Web3 space. I think our first product in the Web3 space was a smart program project. They run like around NFTs and stuff, right? It didn't actually click. It gets. So I was like, is it fact Airbills as a Web3 platform? I was like, let me just bring this to the Web3 platform. We didn't do any UI or no team, just me. I just designed a web page, then push added it, because if you see the first Airbills website, right, it had only airtime. Basically connect your and pay for only airtime, you get. So I think I started talking to, I just started talking about it in calls, right? So some people started using it. So when the people started using it, what we did was basically started adding more other videos. We already had the super platform. Then we ran a bounty. Then that's the rest that series, yeah.
Oh, alright. I think this next question is still boils down to, but I want to get your view about making sure people like us in Nigeria, in Africa, do the most common thing but still feel believe like we can relate to not having network. I mean, our last call like just went all because network wasn't going. Imagine that was me trying to get an airtime and I couldn't because of the network. For yours, you built your platform with Solana to complete under seconds, under minutes. Do you ever think of that contrast when you be like, this is what you're solving, and then there's someone in San Francisco building one big DeFi protocol? What do you think about that contrast? Do you, for any reason, think that maybe I would have done more, or you're comfortable with the solution?
Okay, the truth is I've been a DeFi guy. I don't even like legal stuff, right? If I would choose to pick and put a business DeFi project, yes. But the truth is, from where we stand, right, there is possibilities and something like, it's like you never look better. You cannot reach the age or to the point that you build contracts because of the high funding that's needed to kind of audit the contract and so many other stuff, right? And the fact the crypto space runs on trust, yes. So why we said, okay, let's build from where we can build trust from, right? So that's why we moved to kind of building a normal platform, because I can remember when we started, even as much as it's small, right? People were like, if I connect my wallet, what's happened, blah, 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 am I secure? Just imagine if it's even a contract and I say I didn't update it. So that will be way more problem. So it's true that probably they are a little bit ahead of us, right? But I know that we will eventually get it, right? But building it now might not actually sell. That's why I have to abandon my first project. It was basically running on contracts, again. So I went for that to learn more around contracts and stuff, again. But with the knowledge, like still a trust gap, So no matter how much skilled you are, if you're not trusted, so it's still kind of a problem for you. So we decided to use at least to build trust in the community. So right now we have, let's say, people trust us more, have more trust right now than before now, So even me also, I have more trust. Okay, at least why you normally complain that actually you lost his money, or maybe he connected his wallet was white, that kind of thing would never happen. Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Trust is very important in this case that we're in. Yeah. You've been building in public inside the super team NG ecosystem from the early stages. What has that community meant to your journey and for Airbills? Because some persons build an amazing product like yours and just decide to run it off on their own, but you tied yours to a community. What has that community done for your product?
Okay, I would say I've been a solo builder for a very long time. So I don't go for maybe tech events. I don't even go for most any events. But I've already seen events before now, right? So I think I've had 2024, right? I think I've had companions. And then you just meet other builders and stuff, because my plan on things is like, how do I fund it on myself, right? Let's say I want to do something, I will kind of be planning within my reach how much I can make to fund it. That's how I mean my view, right? So what I said, coming out and then embracing team. I first started embracing teamwork, right? And then move further to kind of connecting with other builders. So I messaged first time I came, I messaged at the end and said, I want to join the team. I said, okay, let me reach out to, I think, Stephanie in the Anambra. So I met her, then we talked and joined the team, right? So one thing I kind of said, okay, if you are working alone, what you benefits? But I kind of offer me so many from, even apart from money, right? They offer you exposure, knowledge. Let's say, probably, like even the last one we went, like they brought somebody that talked about so many important things you have to do as a founder, right? So, and that's what we kind of looked at, okay, checking on our platform, like doing more analysis, the community has offered. Like, you have access to many people. Like, let's say I'm having problem in my code. I can basically reach out some example do this, check out this, due to the community, and we have seen each other so many times, right? So like, it can basically be easy to talk with them. So that gave us kind of a chance to kind of connect with people on your own, can't even meet. You get so many people I have met in that community I can't even meet them. Like, in fact, I don't have a thought person where we are going to meet. So I think that works up for them.
That's good. So basically support, guidance, connections, and all of that. Yes. Was there ever a moment when you sat with yourself and thought, I don't know if I can keep doing this, because we all see Airbills show up every time, show up every day, but what is that moment where you just sat to yourself and be like, maybe I just have to quit this? Did you ever think like that?
I think I've thought about that. Let's say 30 to 20 times. But it's not something you think you will not think about when you start. One day you like, let's just feed this. You get what maybe in your head. You get, now that's where the team plays in, right? Because even early this year, but I was thinking of what I'm even doing. You get so, but when those thoughts come in, I don't basically finalize on them. What I basically do is sometimes our community comments on Twitter is even the drive we need. You guess, let me say this, okay, I understand you, it makes sense. It's even a good drive for me to continue building. You get, sometimes those comments pop up, and then sometimes my phone founder was like, you'll be like, you can do anything you need, the motivation comes back, this is making us start with. Because there was a time in 1 week I didn't even talk in this school. That was like, I didn't kind of try to do any update, and my sister on this check or phone day, without doing anything. You get, so at some point the drive came back and I slept it, so they kind of pushing back. But the fact that I will not think about quitting this, just like you think about it, that there's find a way to continue moving.
Find a way to continue moving. Alright, yeah. Where do you see Airbills going beyond the product itself? Like, is there a world where other developers can build on what you've created, or do you think of opening more opportunities to founders and creators and the likes?
Okay, Airbills is moving beyond what it is now. I'm saying it, right? Because we have a strong community right now, and I would say they are one of the factors that keeps Airbills moving, right? So we hope to do more for them, basically around the content creating or anything at all we can, right? Because I do so much in the community, like as much as sometimes you might okay, you're not seeing or something. But one thing is the community is kind of our number one priority. Because one thing with community is once you have the community, you can now sell anything to it. So there might be discourse around distribution. You get distribution is basically around community, right? So that's what we're trying to build as community. Then you build a product that can now say, okay, the community can now drive it. And then if once it drives it, then it becomes the distribution network most founders are kind of looking for, right? Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now, crypto moves fast. Narrative change almost every month. We have something that's coming up today, meme coins, NFT. There's always something happening in the space. So how do you stay focused on building something useful while everyone is chasing the next? Like, what keeps you grounded to your project and your vision?
Okay, I would say as much as it's about that is kind of basically like narrative change, that's so many stuff, right? But sometimes jumping on narrative most times won't make you consistent because you're here because of the narrative. What if the narrative dies? You get so if the narrative, like let's say meme coin now, at some point everyone was building Launchpad. You get now Launchpad game is dead. You get so now most people are not even like they're not even doing anything. You get because now nobody has the liquidity to even do that thing itself. So I would say what we got it because we have consistent users. That's the number one basics. Let's say at least every day we see at least 10 to 20 transactions. So it helps us to then say, okay, we have a steady user base. Let's say at least this let's say airtime. Let's say you buy airtime. Even if you buy once a week or once in a month, you get. And so many people do the same thing once a month. That can finally be 10 to 20 transactions every day. You get. That's what you can basically be counts. Like there might be no certain years, okay, stop buying airtime. Even though it can change, yeah. You can apply and say it can change from subscription base or anything. But I so much believe that it will be a very long time, right? So that's one thing we are looking at. Like buy airtime is more steady than trading. I won't say trading as a whole, maybe coin launchpad or some narratives they get. So that's one part of it. So even though we are not overlooking whatever trend that comes in, we are still looking at how can it speak to our product? How can we bring it in at the moment to help kind of drive the attention towards it? Because it's more crypto is an attention market on the low scale of things. So as much as Jupiter is so much popular, some people in the crypto space may not know Jupiter. Yeah, so sometimes no matter how popular you are, some people don't know it. Right? I still believe that so many people don't know about it, even in Nigeria here. So jumping on some of these narratives can give you a leverage audience. Not necessarily about what you have, let's say the narrative itself. Again, so many products have jumped on narratives, but I believe that they adopt the narrative because they need their attention, not necessarily the product itself. I would say like Jupiter, for example, they jump on so many narratives, but I think they're still selling their name rather than kind of selling what they have. I think something like what OPay did with Override and some of that. They don't talk Override that I first buy people to download OPay. Yeah.
Alright, so from Airbills, should we be expecting something more than Nigeria, Africa, and should we be expecting that?
I would say it, right? Because we are kind of putting something around distribution, right? As much as you might not see it as a new page, as well as we so much love new page, you might not see it as a new page, but you're putting something around distribution, yes. But I won't say it will be kind of answering airbills or something like that, right? But let me say, airbill will kind of be feeding what is there, that particular product, yes.
Alright, and what would you tell me about Airbills? Beyond this is what Airbills does, or this is what it does, like, what's one sentence about Airbills that you can tell me right now? Personally, what it means to you?
What it means to me?
Yes, as a founder.
Okay, sometimes if I think about putting right, sometimes I load up my analysis around what we have done or something like that. So whenever I think about it, I think about people it will affect, and then the trust I have been able to build. Because they say 4 years back, if I built everything, nobody will use it as well. Again. So as I'm learning, I have built the trust in space. So to me, Airbills is more of a trophy. It's kind of, if I look at it, I say it's this. Why this is what people trust me. So to me, basically, the community and everything, like, whenever I think about it, I don't think about what I have already. Like, you have come too far to go back, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Alright. We're almost done with the questions, but I want to ask you one question. Why Solana? Why build on Solana chains? Why did you choose Solana?
Okay, before starting, right, there are the Solana and other products there. And most of those products are built around community, right? So I'm a founder jobs, right? But Solana built this blockchain without doing airdrop and still got people to stake. Was like, it's what so many blockchain are using, right? Imagine Base that they say, oh, they do airdrop on Base, but what they did is they tried to gift it to the users. But what Solana did, I suspect they did basically, right? It's kind of, they forced projects to build their own community again, and they gave them money, and they used it to adopt the community. So they did it that way to make it stick to the projects rather than sticking to just Solana blockchain again. And the community that came out of that stuff was so much. Even born started as a normal being. So many have died. They don't step in and I think they get scammed and they closed up or something like that. They get hacked, and they closed up. Started from way back. Step finance, own OG people. Again, Bonk is one of them. Which other one? I think there were so much that, but those ones have discovered under the road. But those people build actual communities. The community was active then. Them was way easy, right? But they created actual community for themselves. So that was basically what was translated into Nigeria, into community we have on Solana. And first party came to the sphere, right? So the community they are building there is what was created there. The expansion came and then amplified around scale base, right? So regardless of apart from all these communities and the blockchain is fast, one thing in Nigeria is Nigeria don't like anything that takes time to process, right? And they easily run into frustration and stuff. So the factor of the blockchain was also a factor that made it easy for adaptation. Yeah.
Okay. Community speed. All right. Thank you so much for this session. I know I've taken your time from your busy schedule, but I really appreciate you granting me this interview.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
AirbillsPay is already live at
app.airbills.org.